Hello everybody, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 4 of Detox Your Mindset Challenge. Is it day 4 already? Seriously, it's going all so fast, right? But I'm so happy that we are following through this entire challenge, and it makes me feel so immensely grateful to have you guys here with me. I wanted to give you a little bit of what's going on. So along with you guys, I too am practicing more intently about the practices that I share with you guys. And I recently realized something, that truly the answers that you need is actually all within you. Your soul remembers. It's only a matter of fact that maybe a certain book would make you remember all of those things, or maybe there is a certain quote or a blog post or even a coach that just simply guides you to go back within. And I'm doing a couple of master classes myself. I am constantly investing and learning and working on my mindset, as well as learning new techniques. And I'm constantly being engaged with mind coaches and all the programs that I've signed up so that I can serve you guys better. And something that came up for me was, when you're really working on yourself, there is going to be some sort of resistance. And what that resistance actually means is what the breakthrough moment. So you have a certain meter, a certain stage where once you reach there, things get plateau. It just gets really hard for you to break through that. You come to your upper limit. And once you hit your upper limit, you're like, okay, how can I go up there now? So the breakthrough moment is when you not just put a hustle, but also alignment piece to your what you're doing. So once you're putting that alignment piece into your everyday routine, you kind of break through that limit, that upper limit, and you kind of once again make through this breakthrough moment, that complete that period of transition. And it's like this whole another level of transformation, whole another level of understanding, whole another level of beliefs, and whole another level of this belief system, the confidence, the ability to see yourself into that position of that desired reality. You start getting to embody that version on an autopilot mode. And that gets to be the journey. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. And the way that there's a certain practice, certain methods that I use when I come up with the resistance of any sort. But once I do that, I realize that yes, whatever that energy of like, oh, I can do this, can I do this, who am I to do this, all of those emotions just starts to fade away once you step into that into the breakthrough moment. But again, the reality, the beauty of it is that I see is that every another level, you're going to come up with another level of resistance, and the key is to keep making through that upper limit, breaking through that upper limit, while letting the resistance fade away. So this is going to be like, what we are going to cover today is actually the perfect segue for me to really come up with my own experience here today. So I'm gonna go through two main things today. Here is ego versus higher self, and alignment and hustle. So when you're talking about ego versus a hustle, So what is ego and what is higher self? So the way I see it, the way I have learned to see it is that ego and higher self are like two voices within us. It's like typically we hear them as a voice, or we feel the energy. It's kind of like this energy around. I wouldn't say, I want to say around us, but actually within us. And I see it as this complete duality of our nature, and it's kind of given to us as gift. It's a gift to humankind, that ego and higher self are gift, which helps us to, perform two complete different things here. So when we are talking about what is higher self, so higher self is a voice of love. It's a part of you that is completely tapped in, tuned in, turned on with the universe, with the source. And it's a part of you that helps you thrive and helps you to make this quantum shifts and this quantum leaps, that shifting into that paradigm, making that paradigm shift. That is what I mean to say. And what ego is ego helps you survive your body, your human body, and it makes through this life without getting, being eaten or being killed, or the fact that you want to look at both the sides before you cross the road. That's the ego, which is helping you to protect yourself, protect your human body, and help it navigate through the life. But ego will never help you thrive. It will help you survive, it will help you sustain, but you cannot perform. You cannot be coming from a place of ego when you are making this quantum shifts. And just like higher self will push you, would support you into moving forward, ego is what keeps you stuck. It pulls you backward. Okay. And for higher self is something that is connected. It's truly in complete alignment with the universe, with the energies of the universe. And ego has no concept of connection. It thinks it's a separate entity, but it's not. So a lot of people again here says that ego is a devil. It's like, fuck the ego. It will always put you back. But the way I see and I learned from this from my coach is that ego is just like this inner child who is scared, who just wants to protect you. It loves you. It's not that it doesn't love you. It's just it loves you just as much, but it wants to protect you, wants to keep you safe and grounded. And when you make all the shifts and take some risks, it's fearful. So the job we can do is to put the ego at its ease. Like, okay, we are going to take this shift, but you are safe. I know what we are doing. The higher self is guiding us. And the way I look at it is, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it does make a complete sense to me now, that when I'm taking any sort of risk or making these shifts in my life that are scary, right, are crazy, and like I'm gonna do this, what I'm gonna do, so I see it as myself. Here's ego and here's higher self. And so we three of us would have a conversation. So I'm like, okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to create this, a course. I want to launch my program. I want to serve my people. How can you guys help me? And so the ego would be like, oh, but wait, you don't want to, put yourself out there, because people would judge you. People would criticize you. What if your friends think that, oh, you have turned into this coach thing, and what if they lose you, and but what if you lose them? What if you don't have time for your family? What if you don't have time for yourself? What if you're just also busy with the work that you just all about the work and never about anything else? Isn't that too much? So I'm like, okay, ego, I know that. I understand that. I know you're having you find it challenging with the change that we are going to make. But you see, I am here, higher self is here. And we are being guided with the higher self. So let's just follow this person, this lady right here, and we can do it. Okay, so not that higher self or ego has any sort of gender, but it's just the way I see it as with 3 friends. Don't judge me. I mean, even if you do, I don't care. But we 3 are best friends. So anyhow, what happens is, and then I keep, once I have this conversation with ego and it's all settled down and it's like, okay, let's see. It's like the small kid and like, okay, let's see. And so higher self, and then I kind of shut up and just let, higher self come through. Okay, so what does that mean is you are actually listening to your own self, but you are listening to your intuition. You are listening to that inner wisdom. You are listening to that inner guidance that is helping you to make decisions that are for your highest good. And your job, along with, kind of like taking that ego baby with you and like just riding through this whole process, whatever you're making shifts through, whatever actions you're taking, like, all right, just hold on together and let's do this. Okay, so this is something that I never have shared with anybody else. Because I know it's kind of crazy, like, okay, Basuri, you have 2 imaginary friends. But it's actually, they're not imaginary outside friends. They are the voices that are within you. And you really have to understand that, are you operating from a ego, or are you coming from a place of, what I mean is, are you letting ego drive your path, or are you letting higher self drive your path? And I'm pretty sure you must be wondering that, okay, so how do I know that if the voice that's telling me to do something or to not do something, is that an ego voice or is that a higher self's voice? So this is what I would like to tell you. Your soul has this inner bullshit meter, and when something feels bad, okay, when something feels bad to you, it is essentially telling you that it's it's a thought that is a lie, like it's not going to help you. But when it comes from a place of the voice that makes you feel good, that makes you feel positive, that makes you feel like, yes, I want to do this, like jump off your bed and like, yes, I'm gonna do this, that is a voice of higher self. So it's really tapping into the emotions. Tap into those emotions. How do you feel when, okay, to be honest, this is actually my first challenge, okay? And the day this first day challenge started, I was kind of like just a couple of minutes back, not just a couple of minutes back, I would say an hour back. I was like, let me just delete all of this and run away. Like, just, I know I said I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna just sell everything off, just delete everything and go off to the mountain and never have to worry about this. But so when I felt that, I was like, I don't feel good though, but I mean, that sounds easy. That sounds like a good escape plan, like running off to the mountains. No one will ever find you, especially with this thing going on, right? So I decided, okay, let's do that. But I realized that, wait, no. I am actually coming from a place of ego. I'm letting ego raise its voice. So I have to be in control of like, okay, calm down, okay? That's not your job to do. Your job is only to help me survive. So I kind of like, I felt into that emotion, like, what is it that I'm feeling? Why is this coming up? Why do I want to keep it, just put everything away and run? So I realized that actually I'm coming from a place of ego, and I was like, all right, I see what's happening here. And so I kind of like, all right, let's see what higher self has to say about this. And when I was like, I had to meditate through, I had to, just journal a few pages, and I was like, all right, calm down. You know what you're doing. You are confident. This is what you asked and you're being guided to. Aren't you the one who came up with this whole idea? Aren't you the one who actually asked me for guidance? And I said, yeah, that feels good. That feels empowering. That makes me feel, sit down with this, hold this setup and talk with you guys and continue with running this challenge. And that was once again a solidifying moment for me to how can I tap in more into my ego and my higher self. So the key component of really understanding that, is it coming from a place of intuition or inner guidance? Is it coming from a place of higher self, or is it coming from a place of fear, scarcity, lack, and like a lack of confidence, lack of abundance? Is that coming from that place? And so once you tap into that moment, that feeling, you really know, are you coming from a place of higher self or ego? And something that I want to just remind you, that once again, your ego is just this scared inner child who wants to protect you, who just wants to, make sure that you're okay, and that makes you sustained and just, in a comfortable zone. But when you want to thrive, you really have to hands with higher self and be like, okay, baby, I'm ready for it. Okay, let's do this. And that's how you really just step out of your comfort zone, and you make this breakthrough moment, and you break through that upper limit and like, woo, let's do this. And then a whole another level of course, beautiful things. Of course, there's, new success, new level of knowledge, new level of awareness, new level of confidence. And then again, it's going to be another level of resistance, and you're kind of like, these three people, like your ego and your higher self, go together. Oh, let's see who we have. Ara, hey, hello, boss babe. Hello, power babe. It's one of my favorite power babes. Hello, Ara, how are you? I'm so glad that you're joining us here today. All right, so we were talking about higher self and ego, and now we're moving towards a piece of alignment and hustle. What do you mean by the word alignment? When somebody says alignment and when somebody says hustle, how do you feel? For me, again, it's an emotion. So with the hustle, I associate with the feeling of like, I'll have to rush through the things, I'll have to do things, I don't have to, like, it's a feeling of do, like do. But with the alignment piece, you're doing all of those things, the same things you are doing with the feeling of hustle. But with the alignment, you are actually coming from a place of being that person. You're already embodying that power babe version of you, that queen version of you, whatever that version for you, that alter ego. Like, yes, I'm this power babe. So that is from the place of alignment, and you are going to do probably the same things when you are in alignment, or are you in hustle? But here's the thing, I just heard this very beautiful quote in one of the training sessions I had. So my coach said that you can hustle your way to $1 million, but you can never hustle your way past $1 million. So for you to break through that upper limit, again, that alignment piece is what comes into place. And alignment is just like this. A lot of people like, oh, but how do I align? What is alignment? Simple, the most simplest explanation that could ever be is, I think, is just be. The rest of the do and have, like do means like doing the things that the action piece to the manifestation or this transformation process, and that having your results. So a lot of people be like, okay, first I need to do, I need to do things, then I can have things, and then I can be that person. So for example, let's put it this way, you can work your butt off, you just need to work, then you have all the money and all these things that you want, and then you get to be the rich person. No. With the alignment piece, it's actually the total reverse, and it gets to be more easier, so much fun actually. So here's the thing, there's this model, be, do, and have. When you're being that person already who has all of those things that you desire, who has those experiences, now that doesn't mean that if you're that version who has it all, has a Prada bag, right away you swipe your credit cards to its last limit and be in debt. No, that's not what I mean. But what I mean is that when you are coming from a embodying place, think about 3 ways that your Powerbabe version would show up. What is the 3 things that I could do today to show up as my Powerbabe? So for me, for example, for me today, what are the 3 things that I did to embody that power version of me? So I drank my green juice. I hate greens, and that is something that I had to really work through to, you know, really see that I get to drink this green stuff. So like kale and, you know, celery. I didn't like any of those greens before, and so in order to make make myself more vibrant, more energetically available, be more, you know, have a good skin and good hair, I decided, okay, no, the version of me is every day she's you know, consuming her greens every single day. So that's number 1 thing I did. The other thing that she embodies is she works out every single day. And so for me, I'm really surprised that when I'm practicing this be, do, and have model, and when I'm aligning to my goals, it gets so much easier. I wouldn't say I worked out this really intense workout, but I kind of did for 30-40 minutes, and I was really content with that. Like, yes, I am moving forward. I'm not stuck, at least, right? That's way better, in way better position to be in than being just stuck. And so the other thing is that I'm showing up for the commitment that I made, to be with you, to help you through this 5-year transformation, and just be here and, you know, give as much as I can. So I'm showing up. So I am actually embodying that power version of me. Couple of months back, I was like, what I can do, and showing up live for the challenge was like, oh my God, that was like the last thing I would do on the earth. But here I am, because at that point of time, I was actually coming from a place of that I'm this coach who is, you know, sitting here and going live and being here with you guys. So I am embodying the version I was being in the past. And so right now, I don't feel any sort of resistance. In fact, I just wait for it to be 4 o'clock, and I cannot just wait to be here with you guys. And that is the beauty, that is the magic of the alignment piece. And so I want to challenge you guys that when you're aligning, it's the same emotion. When you're aligned, it's I would like to see it as like a hint that you are coming from a place of operating from a higher self. It is your higher self's voice and higher self version. And when you'll be hustling, for sure you are going to burn out after a certain level. There's a reason to this human body that we need to you know, we can just go on forever. You have to have certain hours of sleep, otherwise you're going to completely burn out, and you know, that's not going to help you in any way. I don't see that the hustle would ever help you. But when it comes to, again, there's a misconception here that, okay, so when you're coming from peace of alignment, you just let things flow, you don't do anything, just sit there, be aligned, and you know, just like pray and visualize and meditate and blah blah blah. But no, you are going to do the same things you're doing coming from a place of hustling, but you additionally are into alignment piece. You are doing all of those things coming from a place of fun and ease and grace and joy and this beautiful feelings of that embodiment. And kind of like, you know, right now I feel that the work that I've done in the past couple of months on my mindset is actually allowing me here to be here and sharing this experience with you guys, because no way in the world I would have thought that, okay, just in a couple of months I would be able to run a challenge, a live challenge. Like, oh my god, that was something totally impossible for me. But this is what I challenged myself, that I'm not gonna hustle my way to be here. I will be the person. So here's what I would say, that a couple of months back, when I was trying to embody is this version who is sitting here and doing all of these things with you guys, she was the past self. She wasn't, you know, she wasn't drinking her greens regularly now, as she is doing now, right? But she was gradually getting into this energy of this power babe who will run this live challenge. So this, and I feel right now, I totally feel that, wow, I mean, that was so much of resistance back that I wouldn't be able to run a live challenge. But here I am doing it, and I feel so confident and aligned and empowered while I do so. And that is the beauty of coming from a place of alignment and hustle. So I want to hear from you guys, what is something that you did to come from a place of alignment? Have you ever experienced doing that? And if not, I would want to challenge you to do so. And I also I have something for you guys that I just wrote it. I have this piece here, so I don't butcher the questions. So I want you to ask yourself these questions when you're feeling resistance, because if you're trying for a very first time to have the conversation with your ego and higher self, like I said before, it's not gonna be as easy as it sounded right now, because clearly it wasn't easy for me when I started back then. But it gradually got easier. I gradually trained my mind to, you know, come into that mindset where I can focus on these two voices that are within me. And so when you get resistance which you feel like you are so stuck into that resistance, I want you to ask these questions to yourself. So here's how it goes. Why can I not have this desire? Why might I not deserve it? And why will it not manifest? So these three questions are actually pertaining, it's giving your ego a chance to speak up. What is it that is stopping you? So I see a lot of people, they want to do something, but then they don't know what's stopping them. And most of the time, it's a belief that is something stopping you is actually what's stopping you. Just that belief that there is something that's stopping me. But again, it's just a belief, and you can work through it, right? So I want you to ask yourself this question, and really just come from a place of love and compassion for yourself, because that is when you will allow this voice, this inner voice, to come and speak to you. And I wouldn't say that right away your higher self would be like, hey, let's do this. No, your ego will speak up first. This is something that I come from. This is my experience, okay? I feel that when I feel some sort of resistance, when I give myself a chance to answer these questions, that why can I not have this desire? Why might I not deserve it? and why will it not manifest? And I ask these questions repeatedly, like after asking myself 5 to 7 times is when actually I get the answer. And sometimes the answer is, you know, something that could be easily worked through. Sometimes it's not, and that's where the coaches come to help you, right? So I want you to really ask yourself these questions, that why, of course I'm gonna make sure to pin them into the in the edit box, I mean the place where I can write these 3 questions. So this is going to really help you answer the fact that why is it, where is the resistance from? Because if you don't know where the resistance is coming from, you wouldn't know where to work. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really hope that you get to have so many takeaways from this day 4 of Detox Your Mindset Challenge. If you have any questions, anything that you did like me to make it more clear to you guys, feel free to drop a question in the comment box below. Even if you guys are catching up on replay, I would love to have you put in there any questions you might have had for me. Okay, so I am gonna see you tomorrow, day 5 of Detox Your Mindset Challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this day 4, and please share any takeaways that you have had in this challenge so far. I would love to hear it. Okay, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, and I can't wait to connect with you tomorrow. Bye. Mwah.